This collection of songs comes from lyrics written over years. They come from a broken heart that found a way to forgiveness and strength through friends, the words of Christ, and the love of family. We never know what lies ahead of us. And in those moments when we realize the delicateness of being human, of aging, of watching our children have children of their own, that there is a grace we find in it, and our hearts soar despite all of the fear, hopelessness, and the loss we've experienced. And that is grace unchained.
I spent years believing every lie, that failure was my name and shame was justified. Kept a list of every wrong I'd done, like I was less than what I'd become. But mercy found me in the dead of night, when I had given up on ever getting right. I was counting all my scars, God was counting all the stars. Watch what grace can do when it gets a hold of you. It can wake a heart that's 6 feet deep, bring dead dreams back to their feet. It can break the chains you thought you'd never lose, turn your sorrow into something new. If you think you're too far gone, just hold on to the truth and watch what grace can do. I've seen prodigals come stumbling home, seen wanderers find a place where they belong, seen the weak stand up and fight again, seen forgiveness heal what bitterness condemned. The world says people never really change, but I've seen grace rewrite a page. What the enemy meant for defeat, a God who makes things new. Just watch what grace can do. I was lost, but now I'm living proof of what grace can do. In the middle of a quiet night, I reach out into the air. Not sure what I believe in, not sure if you are there. My mind drifts back to childhood pews and stories told to me of sacrifice and crimson love nailed to a wooden tree. Words written down by human hands, recounting holy pain. A promise whispered through the years, but silence still remains. Every heart wants something better, every soul wants hope to come. But every time I try to see it, it fades before it's done. How can silence be so loud if you're the Father that you claim? How long can this aching world cry out your name? Am I wasting all my breath on my knees in desperate prayer? I'm holding on as steady as I can, crying hallelujah in the air. They say you proved your love for us, they say you bore the pain. Blessed are the ones who never see, yet still believe your name. But I'm a doubting Thomas, on her knees again. There's nothing worse than prayers that echo through an empty hall, hoping, doubting, wondering if you were there at all. I don't deserve a single year more than any other soul, yet still I cling to holy words that say you're in control. Take this broken, rotten world into your wounded hands. Turn the tables of the wicked, drive them from this land. Clean this temple of their lies, of cruelty and shame. Let truth rise up like fire and burn away the stain. Am I wasting all my breath on my knees in desperate prayer? Still I'm holding to a fragile hope that somehow you are there. They say you died to show your love, they say you overcame. Blessed are the ones who never see, yet still believe your name. But I'm a doubting Thomas, and the world has driven me down to my knees. I'll never say just give a sign, I know that's not how you move. But just this once, dear God above, give us something true. Some whisper in the dark, some mercy in the flame, some justice rolling like a flood to wash away the shame. Clean them from your temple, cast their tables to the ground. Clean this house of ruin for the weary all around. I'm holding on, though I'm no saint, no halo around my head, just a dreamer in a fractured world. see, and still believe somehow. I'm a doubting Thomas, Lord, but I'm still reaching out. Old Earl's got a prophecy chart stuck to the fridge with a piece of tape. Every earthquake gets a gold star, every rumor gets a pushpin tack. He watches the evening news religiously with the Bible and a yellow highlighter. Views every single bad news story as if it hastens the rapture. He calls it glory. One eye on heaven, one eye on Channel 5, waiting for the Antichrist to finally arrive. Another storm, another quake, another prophecy debuted. We've got one eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Everybody shouting, looks like we're getting near, like the world's a bingo card and they just filled a square. One eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Lord, why do we look the other way? Just 'cause it fits our views. Some folks read Revelation like it's a wish list, checking off plagues one by one, talking about judgment with a little grin, like suffering means somebody won. One eye on heaven, one eye on Channel 5, waiting for the Antichrist to finally arrive. Another storm, another quake, another prophecy debut. We've got one eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Everybody shouting, looks like we're getting near, like the world's a bingo card and they just filled a square. One eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Lord, why do we look the other way? Just 'cause it fits our views. Now I ain't saying don't read prophecy or keep watch for the day returns, but if every tragedy makes us excited, maybe there's something we ought to learn. 'Cause Jesus wept when people suffered, he didn't cheer when cities fell. So why are we celebrating darkness just because it fits us well? There's a widow down the road who's lonely, a hungry family across the tracks, but we're busy measuring beasts and kingdoms while the herding slip through the cracks. Everybody wants to be a watchman, nobody wants to mend the wall. Everybody wants to crack the code, nobody wants to answer the call. One eye on heaven, one eye on Channel 5, waiting for the Antichrist to finally arrive. Another storm, another quake, another prophecy debut. We've got one eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Everybody shouting, looks like we're getting near, like the world's a bingo card and they just filled a square. One eye on heaven, one eye on the news. Lord, why do we look the other way? Just 'cause it fits our views. Maybe the point of prophecy was never cheering for the night. Maybe it was carrying a lamp and holding it up high. Maybe to be a light when things get hard. One eye on heaven and our hearts in the work. Lord, I've worn this road so thin, walking circles through the hurt again. Every mile leads back to that old wound, and the words I wish I never knew. I hear folks talk about mercy like it's something you can choose, but every time I try to let it go, the anger takes control. I've been carrying this stone so long I forgot what empty hands feel like. And I know you say surrender, but I don't know how tonight. Lord, how do I bury the hatchet when the blade's still in my back? How do I let bygones be bygones when the memories keep coming back? They say your mercy is a river, but I'm stranded on the shore. So take this grudge I've been dragging, 'cause I can't carry it anymore. Lord, teach my heart forgiveness. Show me what grace is for. How do I bury the hatchet? I can't do it alone, Lord. I spent years waiting on an apology, thinking justice would finally bring me peace. But all I found was bitterness growing roots inside of me. And I don't wanna be this person keeping score of every wrong, but these chains have fit so long, they almost feel like home. If forgiveness is surrender, then I'm white-knuckled at the gate, trying to hand you all this anger before it turns to hate. Lord, how do I bury the hatchet when the blade's still in my back? How do I let bygones be bygones when the memories keep coming back? They say your mercy is a river, but I'm stranded on the shore. So take this grudge I've been dragging, 'cause I can't carry it anymore. Lord, teach my heart forgiveness. Show me what grace is for. How do I bury the hatchet? I can't do it alone, Lord. Maybe you never asked me to pretend it didn't hurt. Maybe healing starts with honesty instead of saying I'm alright. Maybe forgiveness isn't freedom I find all at once. Maybe it's waking every morning and choosing who I trust. So if your hands are big enough to hold the world tonight, they're big enough to carry what I've been holding tight. Lord, I'm gonna bury the hatchet, though the blade's still in my back. I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, even when they wander back. 'Cause your mercy is a river, and I'm stepping in at last. Take this burden from my shoulders, take this weight from my hands. Lord, teach my heart forgiveness the way you've forgiven me. I'm finally burying the hatchets, finding peace. See your baby in your arms in the pale lamplight, and I'm carried back through the years tonight to the first time I held you against my chest. Lord, where did all that time get spent? I remember first words, first shaky steps, bandaged knees and bedtime prayers we kept. But nobody warned me, no, nobody knew how this moment would feel watching you. Seeing you hold that baby for the first time, wonder shining soft in your eyes. Love always walks with a little fear beside it. But darling, you're gonna be alright. And that child will know your love like you always knew mine. Somewhere in your rocking arms, I'm still rocking you tonight. I remember my heart pounding hard as rain, holding a life with my trembling hands, feeling heaven settle small and warm, knowing right then I was forever changed. And now here you stand, a woman grown, still the little girl I once carried home, the one who turned my whole world around with one small cry and a heartbeat sound. Seeing you hold that baby for the first time, wonder shining soft in your eyes. Love always walks with a little fear beside it. But darling, you're gonna be alright. And that child will know your love like you always knew mine. Somewhere in your rocking arms, I'm still rocking you tonight. There ain't nothing like this feeling, no greater joy beneath the sky. Some days your heart will shake with worry, some nights you'll hold that baby and cry. But they're wrapped in hands much bigger than these tired human ones. The way I trusted God to hold you when I didn't know what was to come. They'll trust you with their whole world and steal every breath you've got. You won't remember who you were before them, or how fast the years can run. So hold that precious baby close while the stars drift slow above, and sing them every song you know. like it's your last lullaby of love. Placed my heart in weary hands, believing hope could still remain. I sowed in fields that gave no harvest, walked through laughter, walked through pain. There were days I thought I'd wasted every prayer and every tear, but heaven counts what earth overlooks. Nothing offered disappears. I may never see the ending, I may never know the why, but every seed is held forever in the Father's watchful eye. They will remember, maybe only for a moment, maybe only for a day, a kindness when the world was colder, a light that would not fade away. Every act of mercy, every act of grace, every hand that chose compassion leaves a mark no time can erase. Even when it felt like I had lost, heaven was still keeping score. When I chose to love like Jesus, God had already won the war. Some walked away without believing, some never turned to follow you. Still your love was standing in me, still your spirit carried truth. Perhaps they'll hear it years from now, when every other voice has gone, and they'll remember someone loved them with a love that carried on. When I called to count the harvest, we're called to sow the seed. Faithful hands don't measure victories by what the eyes can see. Every cup of living water, every burden gently borne, may become the very memory that leads a wandering heart back home. They will remember when the night is long and lonely, when they're searching for the way. They may recall a simple kindness that refused to walk away. Every act of mercy, every act of love echoes through eternity before the throne above. So I'll keep becoming who you've called this heart to be. If they remember your love through me, then that's enough for me. I was raised in a house of shadows where silence felt safer than sound. A child with a painted smile, learning to never be found. I thought every home was like ours. I thought the pain was routine, but I carried the fire inside me, a spark that refused to stay unseen. And then a hand reached through the dark, a voice that whispered, "You're not to blame." She showed me a different world, and nothing was ever the same. The ones who come when the night is long, they teach you the words to your own song. They hold the mirror, they break the chain. They tell you love should never bring pain. And piece by piece, year by year, I've been growing stronger. Here I stand today, not fully done, but I am more because of the ones who come. I gave away pieces of myself, thinking peace was something I earned. Said yes when my soul was crying no. Another lesson still to learn, but every season writes a chapter, and every friend has played their part. God sends them out like lanterns to light the corners of my heart. And every time I lose my way, another friend turns into home. They remind me I'm worthy of love, and I don't have to walk alone. The ones who come when the night is long, they teach you the words to your own song. They hold the mirror, they break the chain. They tell you love should never bring pain. And piece by piece, year by year, I've been growing stronger. Here I stand today, not fully done, but I am more because of the ones who come. Not every battle leaves me whole, not every wound will mend, but I've learned to trust a loving God and the saving grace of friends. The ones who come when the night is long, they give you the courage to stand strong. They show you the truth you can't outrun, that you are enough, you are the one. And piece by piece, year by year, I keep becoming who I am. Here I stand today, my journey spun, a better woman because of the ones who come. Coffee shared at sunrise, steam rising in the quiet light. No need for perfect answers, just truth between us, black and white. I know you'll never tell me what you think I want to hear, 'cause my best is all you ask of me, and honesty's what keeps us here. You cry with me and laugh with me, you bring out the best in me. When the road feels long and wild and wide, you're the steady beat at my side. Through the years and through the fights, through love and loss and sleepless nights, when the world tries to divide us, side by side we'll be alright. Through the years and the chaos, through the silence and the storms, if I feel I'm drifting lost, you're the place that feels like home. When I'm stuck and questions come and doubt is close, You don't try to fix the pieces, you just reach and pull me in. Side by side, we'll be alright. You cry with me and laugh with me. You bring out the best in me. When the road feels long and wild and wide, you're the steady beat at my side. Through the years and through the fights, through love and loss and sleepless nights, when the world tries to divide us, side by side, we'll be alright. No keeping count, no settling scores, no walking out the door, just grace in every give and take, and faith when hearts are sore. When the night is long and hope feels lost, we never let go of light. Side by side, we'll be alright. You cry with me and laugh with me. You bring out the best in me. When the road feels long and wild and wide, when our hair turns silver white, through every wrong and every right, for all our days and all our nights, side by side, side by side, side by side, we'll be alright. She used to run like she had no end, no looking back, no second guessing. Broke a few rules, bent the rest, laughed it off like she knew best. Found a peace in going too far, in the noise and the falling apart. Never slowed down long enough to think how close the edge was getting. Yeah, she thought she had time to burn, like the road would always turn. Time don't ask, it takes its toll, leaves a mark on every soul. You can run, but you won't outrun who you're becoming. When your body finally says enough and the road gets hard and rough, every fight you ever gave still lives on in the lives you changed. Yeah, the fire don't die, it just moves on, keeps burning where you've gone. Came in slow, she didn't see, not like the storm she knew intimately. Just one hard breath she couldn't shake, one step slower than it should take. Then her heart hit hard one night, not from running something ain't right, not for her but everyone else. She'd been trying to hold herself up, felt a weight she never knew in her bones and the things she'd do. Then the line got real clear, slow it down, a break right here. Time don't warn you when it starts, just shows up in the quiet parts. Time don't ask, it takes its toll, leaves a mark on every soul. You can run, but you won't outrun who you're becoming. When your body finally says enough and the road gets hard and rough, every fight you ever gave still lives on in the lives you changed. Yeah, the fire don't die, it just moves on, keeps burning where you've gone. You can push till it all gives out, or learn what slowing down is all about. It ain't losing, not like that, just a different way to last. You don't run it like you did before, but it don't mean you lost the war. You broke me down with twisted words, a masterclass in deceptive terms. You loved like math with no solution, a mess of lies and cheap illusion. You taught me love by showing what it lacked, affection denied, kindness pulled back, gaslighted dreams, approval rationed, a toxic brew dressed up as passion. But without your hate, I'd have not compared the real from fake, the cruel from kind. And I'd never have had the skill for the red flags I now spot on time. I walk free from the shadows of you. You tried to shatter me, but with God I forged through. You played with my pain, but I rise unchained. Your spell is broken. I found His grace, fierce and unspoken. Your voice but a ghost, your liar's crown. I walk free of your shadow, no longer bound. Standing now in spite, not shame, not that sad young girl you tried to claim. So thanks, dear Daddy, for all you weren't. You sketched the devil for me, and in that darkness I found His word. You schooled me hard in what love wasn't. Bless you for that, I aced the test. And somehow, yeah, somehow, God crafted love out of that sadistic mess. I walk free from the shadows of you. You tried to shatter me, but with God I forged through. You played with my pain, but I rise unchained. Your spell is broken. I found His grace, fierce and unspoken. Your voice but a ghost, your liar's crown. I walk free of your shadow, no longer bound. Hallelujah, no longer bound. I look in the mirror, and all that I see are the places where the world took a piece. piece out of me. The doubts and the scars, the battles I've lost, the bridges I've burned and the weight that it cost. But you don't see failure when you look my way. You see a tomorrow beyond yesterday. Every crack and every stain, every tear and every pain. I'm a work in progress, still under your hands, still being shaped by a greater plan. Not who I was, not yet what I'll be, but your grace is writing a new story in me. So when I feel broken, when I feel undone, I'll remember the work has only begun. I'm a work in progress, and you're not finished with me. I spent so many years trying to earn what was free, believing my mistakes were my identity. But mercy keeps calling my name through the noise, reminding my heart I still have a choice to trust in the potter instead of the clay, and believe what you say when I can't find a way. The canvas isn't finished, the song's not complete, the author's still writing the masterpiece in me. And though I can't see it, I know one thing is true: if you started this journey, you'll carry me through. I'm a work in progress, still learning to stand, still being molded by nail-scarred hands. Not where I wanna be, but farther than before. And every day your love opens another door. So I won't let shame have the final word. I'll hold to every promise I've heard. I'm a work in progress, and you're not finished with me.